Hi, today I wanted to talk about using grids. I have shown grids before, but I wanted to show you some different things you can do with them. I'm Kim from Be Your Own Graphic Designer and a Canva ambassador. Let's go over to my screen and we'll take a look. This now is the right size for the new Instagram feed, which I've talked about in another video, and I'll add a link to that below. What I'm going to do is first go across to Elements. I click on Elements and scroll down. You get all these other options that I probably used recently. And you get down to frames, and then you get to grids. And grids are a fantastic way of dividing up your page so you can do different things with it. These you can see are quite simple. This is just a one page. And this is split into two horizontally, and this one's split into two vertically. And you also have lots of different options you can choose from. As I scroll down, you'll see different ways you can present things to make them more interesting, which obviously will add to your design look and feel. So let me just scroll down. You get lots of different patterns. And this can be really great if you really want to create an impression. Let me start with something very simple. We'll go back up here. And we'll start with this one. And as you see, when I clicked on it, it filled the whole post. But what I want to do is reduce it down slightly. And I'm going to move it to the middle. Now, these are all joined up. These two move as one unit, but you can add spacing between them, which you might not realize. At the moment, it's just got 10 between the spacing. If I move this along, you can see the space opening up. And that just means you'll be able to do more with it. And this is true of all of these. So whereas you think they're attached, they really aren't. They are just one unit, but they're not attached to each other. You can create some space between them. And having space between things is a really good idea in terms of graphic design. You can just add a simple color to your grid. I could use my Be Your Own Graphic Designer blue in this one. I could add the pink in this one. And that's really simple. Let's add another page and look at what else we can do. Let's go to one like this one. And we're going to reduce the size of this. When I go to reduce the size, the whole thing moves. And I give it a frame and a border and start to line it up. And now I'm going to hit spacing again to create some space between these. And they'll all move equidistantly. I now have 40 between the larger image at the top and the two smaller ones below. I might move that to 50. It's just created a bit of gap here. I can add some brand elements from Be Your Own Graphic Designer. I'm going to go to my catalog. It's coming up to Easter, not too long from now. I'm just going to put this up in the top one. Still doesn't quite work, but we can work on that. And then I'm just going to put some of the Easter eggs that we have into the two below. And you can see how easy it is because it just snaps to the grid. This is not the best example. I might actually swap that. Delete that one out. And again, if you delete, it'll only affect that particular item that you clicked into. And you can see you clicked into it by the blue or purple border around it. Let's go around to here, do some Easter animals. And I'm going to choose this lamb that's just leaping around. I know this is not really a very cohesive design, but it's just to give you an idea of how you can do these things. Let's put a background behind it by clicking on the background color, and you might be able to see it better. And that just throws it up a bit more clearly. So that gives you an idea of how you can just take grids, add things to them. If we do another one, I'm going to change that back to white for now. And then we'll go back to elements and grids. There's so many to choose from that you can do different things with. And some of these are much more interesting in terms of what you can do. Let's do that one. Again, I'm going to reduce the size of it because that gives me the opportunity to move the spacing. And then let's go to elements. Click back from grids And let's go to photos. I've already shown an example just with plain color and then with graphics. And then you can also add photos. Let's have a theme of our photos. I'll look for Easter again. To see all. I'm in an Easter eggy mood today. There's an image of all Easter eggs. And then let's look for some vertical. So here I can go to the selection and say I want some vertical shape images, because these will fit into my space so much better. Let's look at these photos, see if anything appeals, and just fill them up with drinks. It's cute. Different Easter egg photos. So you can see how many interesting photos there are. I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to click on it and I can adjust the positioning of this one to move it across to have more of the egg showing. Quite like this one. Again, I'm going to move that around so that the part that I like, which is the eggs in the nest, appear. Click done. So very simple, different ways to use grids, and also to let you know that you can create space between the grids. Again, I'll put a background behind this so it's easier for you to see. I hope that helps. And if you found this useful, then please do click the button below and you'll be notified when I next record a video.